55, John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
Breaking here at the news desk. When you stack Allo Internet, DirecTV, and mobile, you can lock in your price for 2 years. Sources are confirming that when you stack Allo Internet, DirecTV, and mobile, your monthly price drops and you're locked in for 2 years. That's fiber fast internet, premium streaming TV, and reliable nationwide mobile coverage. And this just in, you must switch by Labor Day to secure that locked-in pricing for 2 years. Switch, stack, and save at allofiber.com/stack.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Batter up! Join us this summer at Haymarket Park for 50 action-packed Salt Dogs games running now through August. Visit saltdogs.com for updates on everything you need to know about weekly promotions, giveaways, and special events. That's where you'll find the latest updates to make sure you catch all the excitement and never miss a homestand you want to attend. Haymarket Park is your ticket to fun all summer long. Visit saltdogs.com to get your tickets and unleash the fun.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. Step into the world of gymnastics with Nebraska women's gymnast and Canadian world team member, Emma Spence.
She got a bronze in the all-arounder, bronze on beam. And who knows if she'll get another medal. But that was a very confident performance.
This is Beyond the Routine with Spence.
Hitting all her handstands, connecting all her release moves, and landing that dismount. That's Emma Spence for you.
Sponsored by the Teammates Mentoring Program. Here is your host, Emma Spence.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Beyond the Routine. I'm your host, Emma Spence, and tonight I'm going solo, but my producer here tonight is kind of be my co-host. His name's Harrison.
Shout out. I've been here. If you guys hear my voice, you guys know. 6 p.m. This week, 3 p.m. as Austin Orman getting a well-deserved vacation. But you guys are always welcome to join in. 402-464-5685. Starter Heyman text line. And as she said, Emma Spence joining us Beyond the Routine. A little bit different, running 6 to 7 o'clock tonight because we've got a busy weekend. But it's been a long time since I last spoke to you at the very least. And first things first, how's just the entire summer been? I know we talked a little bit off air. Incredibly busy for you.
Yeah, it's been so busy, but it's been so great. You know, this is my first summer without gymnastics, which I guess I can touch on that a little bit. So I usually do my show on Sunday nights from 5 to 6 p.m. I took the summer off because I was back home. Let's give some background about myself. So I am from a town called Cambridge, Ontario in Canada. I was on the Nebraska gymnastics team for 4 years from 2021 to May of this year, I guess. So I just graduated 3 months now. I don't know how long ago that was, but I graduated this May.
It's kind of a blur once you graduate.
Yeah.
And you don't have school anymore. It's like the months go by way faster.
Just everything's gone by so much faster. So yeah, I guess that's kind of how I got the show started. I started last August. And then I finished it off my whole senior year at Nebraska. And yeah, DP said I could keep doing the show even though I was retired. So that's great. And I think it's kind of ironic that like when I look at like the name of my show is Beyond the Routine. So it's kind of like, beyond
fits.
gymnastics,
Yeah.
and then it's like, now it's my life beyond the routine, I guess. So stay tuned for what's up with that.
Yeah, it always works
yeah.
out great because Jay Foreman isn't in the NFL anymore, but
True.
we like getting his opinion because he actually went through and did the damn thing. So, and
True.
you get even if it's like a former athlete, you get that expertise in there. What was your degree in when you graduated?
So my major was in communication studies with minors in psychology and education.
Okay, and now that you're out of school, we'll talk about your work a little bit later. But just like once gymnastics got over, what was that kind of like? Did you like have emotions like missing it at first, happy to be done with it, or what was that first few months like?
Honestly, I was really at a point where I was ready to be done. And it wasn't even because like I didn't like the sport anymore, but my body was kind of over it, I guess.
Right.
My joints, and I was in a boot like all season. Like I was competing all around every weekend, but during the week I had to wear a boot around the house, to the grocery store, around school. Like my ankle's just been kind of messed up. So
What was the injury? Just like slightly strained, twisted a little bit?
kind of. So it's called a stress reaction, and it's kind of like chronic at this point because I've had it since my freshman year. So
Ooh.
I guess over the last 4 years, I've been in and out of the boot. But this last year or last season was definitely like the most, I guess, painful. But it's probably because I just was never able to take time off to actually rest.
Yeah.
Because I was always competing on the national team, which is, I guess, something else that I do did. I would compete for Team Canada in the summer and like the Nebraska off season. And then in the Nebraska season, I was competing here. So I guess because I never really had that time off or like that time to really heal my body, that by the time I got to the end of my season, my body was feeling it. So yeah, I finished gym. Season was done in April. So I retired in April officially. And yeah, I was in a really good place. Personally, I ended up on a pretty high note. I mean, the team, we didn't go as far as we wanted to at the end of season, but I was really happy with how I did and my performance. And I was at a place where I felt good to be done and move forward. And I was really excited to kind of figure out what was next because I had no idea. And I'm still in the process of figuring that out. But I was just excited to figure out what else I guess I would be like equally as passionate about and excited about. Especially because gymnastics was my life for 15 years. And
Yeah,
like
because when did you start? Gymnasts start really, really young.
typically they start pretty young. I started when I was 7. So that's like kind of later for gymnasts, honestly. But yeah, I started when I was 7 until I was like 22. So I was like a good 15 years
Yeah.
of my life.
I think it makes sense why anybody after a certain point in time, especially with the injuries, and just knowing like this thing is, you got a chronic ankle injury. I can see where the relief comes in a little bit.
Yeah, and I don't know, I feel like I've gotten all like everything out of the sport that I wanted to, and especially with like my side of things competing for Team Canada twice, which that whole situation was kind of unfortunate,
What was I remember you told me about the first time, and like it was just still an incredible honor to be an alternate. Second time around, what happened?
Same thing. I mean, okay, so actually no, the first time I did pretty good at Olympic trials. This time I fell at Olympic trials. So that's what was tough. Was Olympic trials was like a big decision factor in who made the Olympic team. And unfortunately, I fell on my beam routine on, I think it was the second day. It was so tough. It was like my second event. And like I compete for. So when I fell on beam, I knew that was over for me. And then I had to still compete the other 2 events, or like maybe one event. I don't know. But
nonetheless, you got to keep competing.
I still had to keep competing knowing that I didn't make the team, or like there was a very good chance that like that was going to impact me not making the team. So that was tough, especially because I was in a lot, I guess, better headspace, and physically just like my gymnastics was better this time around versus the 2020 Olympic cycle. So my chances of making it were better. So that was very difficult, to say the least. I mean, it was still an honor, I was still technically named to the Olympic team, but I didn't get to travel again. So
still writing it down on the resume though.
I mean,
like it's still really cool. It's the unfortunate you don't get to do the travel part, but I mean, just people even to be like in that alternate position would do anything. Just to have like that's a hell of an honor, and to be able to say that for the rest of like twice, what alternate or not.
Yeah.
That's 2 times in your career.
I know. And that's the thing. It's like, that's why I was so nervous to do it again. Because, I mean, I was so focused on like NCAA during the season, but I was still competing for Canada. And I had some pretty good meets over the last few years. internationally that I was like, okay, yeah, like I feel like I could try for the Olympics again. But then I was like, what if I don't make it again? Or like, what if I'm an alternate again? Like that's going to be so difficult mentally. But yeah, it happened again. But like,
How'd you kind of compartmentalize it after the fact?
well, this time I was in a very different headspace. I didn't have the best relationship with gymnastics going into it the first time. I was yeah, just put it that way. And then after coming to Nebraska, especially over the last few years, I really feel like I found my love for the sport again. I had a much healthier relationship with the sport, with my coaches, with myself. So it was like a lot more of like I guess a mature attitude going into it, and I was doing it more to prove to myself that I could and just to see what I could do, like what I could get out of it. So I was more just doing it for myself and like trying to enjoy the process rather than focusing on the outcome. And I think that's what made it a little bit better. I mean, it was still hard. Like it was definitely a tough few months after not making it last summer, which is crazy to say that like the Olympics were already last summer.
Yeah.
That went by really fast. But yeah, I mean, I tried to enjoy the process as much as I could last season after 2024. So after my junior year, I ended up the season was done. I still competed for Canada. I went to Italy. I went to Paris, Colombia. So I competed at a bunch of different countries and then went to Olympic trials. And then once that happened, I still had to compete for like that alternate position. I had to prove that I was ready in case someone got hurt. I had to get called up. So I was still attending the training camps and everything with the team up until they left. So I think that was probably the hardest part was training with the girls. And then when they all left for Paris, I went home. And that was the same situation I was in for Tokyo Olympics as well. So like I was the backup and I was training with the team up until they left. And then literally I was with them and they left at the airport for Tokyo and I went to Toronto. So
you probably have some teammate connections at that point too, where it's even a little harder.
Yeah.
For your friends, maybe at that point in time too.
It was definitely challenging. And then just talking, like hearing them talk about the things they were looking forward to doing in the Olympic Village and the gear that they were receiving. And like, I got some of the Leos, but I didn't get like the whole Olympic kit and just all that kind of stuff. So it's definitely an honor and it's cool to say that I did it, but it was definitely mentally challenging to go through. And I mean, I'm fine with it now. And especially being retired, like it's all good. But yeah, it was definitely a very interesting time. And then once I was done with that, I still went to compete NCAA for my last year. So usually I feel like people would probably just retire at that point. But then it's like, no, I still had my senior year at Nebraska. So last year was honestly, because of my injuries and stuff, it wasn't probably the best season that I've had, like all around, I guess I would say. I'm typically an all-arounder. If you know gymnastics, it's vault, bars, beam, and floor. My best score is probably all of them combined on average.
And you did all 4 every year, right?
And yes. I think I did maybe 3 meets out of my whole career that weren't all around here. So I was known for being an all-arounder. But my all-around was, I guess, suffering compared to usual because I wasn't able to train very much because of my ankle. But because of that, my bars got really good. So this is the best bar season I've had. I won Big Tens and regionals. So like the last step before nationals. So I was really happy with my bars.
And that was one of your least favorites, right? Or no, do I got that backwards?
Beam is definitely my least favorite.
Okay, yeah.
Bars would probably be one of my favorites. Bars and floor. But yeah, so because I wasn't able to train very much, those ones were kind of suffering a little bit. But bars was pretty good, which was nice because I enjoy doing it as well. But yeah, I kind of just ended up calling my senior year kind of my victory lap because
I mean, that's a good way. It's always easier said than done. You referenced it before, but enjoying the journey, not the end point. Because if you only enjoy the end point, like you get one happy day, like you're doing all that work just to be happy once. You got to figure out how to enjoy the journey through it. And like I said, it's always easier said than done. Were you able to kind of find that senior year? Is that what you're hitting at?
Yes. No, I definitely did. And I really wish I found it sooner because I really enjoyed my senior year. Like it was it maybe wasn't my best from a gymnastics standpoint. Like there were some really good parts to it, but like as a whole, I don't think it was probably my best year. But from like an enjoyment standpoint and just spending time with my teammates and soaking in all the moments and the memories and just being so present, I would say that it was definitely the most enjoyable and just fun that I've had during gymnastics. And And it's interesting because I wonder if it's because I didn't have that pressure of competing for Team Canada anymore, and I was just able to really just soak in the year knowing it was my last one, but definitely enjoyed it. It was a great time, and I mean, we had some pretty good competitions, and I had some pretty good meets too, so it was good.
You got any favorite memories through your entire collegiate seasons?
So, okay, one of them that I can think of is I think it was my sophomore year, and we were at Utah State, and we ended up getting this like a season high and like the highest score that our team has gotten in years.
I think I actually remember that.
And it was
blowing up on Twitter for a bit.
Yes, we were blowing up because we were kind of struggling for a little bit, and then all of a sudden we hit this massive score, and like even everyone on Twitter was like, Nebraska gymnastics is back. Like everyone was just so excited. We were so excited, and that was a crazy meet because COVID was still a thing, so we ended up having to cancel a competition because of COVID. But like we ended up moving it to the following week, so we ended up doing 3 competitions within 7 days, like 1 week, and we usually have 1 a week. But because of like COVID, and then the meet was canceled, so then they rescheduled it to a different time, and then they ended up and it just ended up being like 3 meets in 7 days, and that was the last meet of those 7 days. So we were all exhausted, and I think that's probably why we did as good as we did, because we were just so exhausted. It was just autopilot, muscle memory, and it went really well. So that was definitely a big one. Looking back on, I feel like
It can be off the mat too. Doesn't have to be only gymnastics.
that's true. Well, I think overall with the team is just like spending time in the hotel rooms when we travel. Like this year, for example, this season, I think it was Big Ten. So maybe it wasn't. I don't remember. But our team's very big in volleyball. We love playing volleyball for warm up and stuff like that.
That happens with all of you guys. There was bowlers were doing it too, and
Really?
some of the bowlers were into it. I'm trying to think. I think the golfers
Really?
and like all these other people are playing volleyball, and then you got some of the coaches being like, "Knock it off! I don't want you guys to get hurt." But it is contagious around here in the Midwest.
I was gonna say it must be a Nebraska thing. Well, it definitely is a Nebraska thing. But yeah, we'd play volleyball at the meets, and then one day after the meet was done, we played it in the pool. So we had like a volleyball in the hotel pool, and we were all just like playing volleyball in the pool, and that was really fun. Big Ten championships was when I won that bar routine, or my bar routine won, and I ended up getting 2 10s so there were 4 judges. I got 2 10s, 1995 and 1985 that got canceled out. So my average was 9975, but that was the first time I've gotten 2 10s in the same routine. So that was really exciting. And my family was there. It was in Michigan. So my family drove across the border, came to watch. So them being there for that was really special too. And then of course, senior night.
Yeah.
Actually, did I tell you my sister sang the Canadian national anthem for me?
No, you did not.
It was awesome.
Was your sister super nervous, or was she like, "I want to do this.
No.
I'll kill it"?
I asked her like multiple times, like over the last 2 years. Like I gave her like a year in advance. I was like, "Hey, so next year I want you to do this," and she was like, and I was like, "Okay." So
so you put her on it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I told her, and because it started with my junior year. They played the Italian national anthem for the Italians for their senior night, and then Brian was like, "So for your senior night, we're gonna play the Canadian one." It's like, okay, awesome. So I was like, well, my sister's a good singer, and she sang the national anthem at like her graduation and like different school events. So she's done it before, except she's done it in French. So she had to do it in English. So I was like, okay, make sure you learn it in English. And it was funny leading up to it because she was like, what if I forget? And I was like, well, then just sing the rest in French. Like no one knows the English version. They're not going to know the French version either. So just do what you want.
Yeah, people think it's cool anyways. If you
Yeah.
switched up mid, no one's gonna fact check you on your French if you do start singing that way.
Yeah. And that was awesome because we were standing there, and then the announcer came on like at the meet, and now in honor of Emma Spence, her sister Abby Spence is going to be singing the national anthem. And like a lot of people on my team were crying. Like it was just such an emotional moment. And we have 2 other Canadians on the team. So we were all holding hands. And then the other Canadians from other teams that were competing also came in the line with us. So there was like, we line up where we always line up on the side of the floor. And then the Canadian girls kind of stood a little bit in front, holding hands, facing like the flag and my sister.
That's cool.
And yeah, there were 2 other girls from different teams that were also from Canada. So we all stood in a line there listening to it. It was really special. And then I guess at the end of the meet, there was like all like the senior presentation and stuff, which was really nice too.
Shout out to Abby
Spence
for doing that. That's how nervous was she? Could you see it like right away? Like, oh man.
So she woke up with like a sore throat. So like immediately she was like, this isn't going to go well. I can't do it. And I was like, what do you mean you can't do it? You've been telling me you can do it for like over a year. You're going to do it. I was like, you're going to do it. Like, there's no choice. So like, we didn't have honey or anything at my house. So I went to Genesis, my teammate's house, and I was like, hey, do you have any honey we can borrow? And then my sister was just like drinking so much honey the morning of. So yeah, shout out Genesis for providing the honey for my sister. So she was just drinking tea all day, all this stuff. And she was so nervous. And then I wasn't sure what language she was going to sing it in. Cause I was like, if you feel more comfortable, just sing the whole thing in French. Like if you're that nervous, she's like, okay, I'll just decide in the moment. So I'm standing there, not sure what language she was even going to sing in. But Brian, one of our coaches, was down on the floor with her before she went up to sing. And he told me afterwards, he's like, it's like talking to you right before you went on beam. Like she was so nervous. Like I had to give her a full pep talk, just like I have to give to you before you compete on beam. So yeah, Brian helped her through it, I guess, as well.
You'd say Abby's pretty similar to you, personality wise?
Ooh, I don't know. So I have 2 younger sisters. I feel like the youngest one is probably more similar to me than Abby is. And she looks a lot like me, which is kind of funny. Like we look alike. And then Abby and my mom kind of look alike. But yeah, I don't know. Abby's a lot more like creative and artistic, I guess, than I am. Like I cannot sing. I can't play an instrument, like all that. I can't really do art, like it just in general. And she's so good at like all of them. So that's kind of different. And she's really funny. Like I think she's got probably the best sense of humor out of everyone in my family too.
Okay, that's a great achievement.
Yeah.
To have within the family has the best sense of humor. Anybody else in your family with your sisters taking like a little bit of the same athletic route, even if it's not gymnastics?
Yeah. So my youngest sister, Libby, she is actually moving to university, I think in like a week or 2, probably 2 weeks. She's going to play volleyball at a university in Canada.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So they do have some NCAA sports in Canada, but like gymnastics isn't one of them, which is why I had to come here. But she's going to one about 4 hours away from home. And yeah. So she's going to do that.
Are your family athletes? Or your parents, not your family, obviously. I mean, your parents?
My parents, so they did like some sports growing up, but more like through the school. Like they were from a really small town in northern Canada and they didn't have many sports.
Okay,
so like they played hockey and like the like regular sports like that. But my great grandma was in the Olympics. I don't know if I've told you that before.
I think I do remember this now.
For track though. She did like 100-meter sprint.
So it's been in the genes. It's just
I guess so.
Do you remember how she finished? Either way, she made it and competed. That's incredible.
She just missed the finals.
Okay, so she was really, really good.
I guess so. It was like 1932. It was like the second Olympics that women were allowed to compete at or something. Like there was some crazy thing about it. So it was a long time ago.
Yeah, that whole era. You ever look at track way back in the day?
Yeah, in her like outfits that she wore. Like I've seen pictures and I was like, how do you run in that? And like the shoes.
And it's not even, you're running on like just gravel and dirt, and you don't got that nice track that's gonna bounce and give you your energy. So like, that's what I was asking about how she competed. I doubt you'd be able to pull up the time off the top of your head, but you hear some of those times, you're like, oh, those guys were so slow back in the day, and it's like, look at the pictures, like what they were running on. Like, even Owen's like one of the greatest. Like his times are unreal when you consider all the facts of like what he was actually running in conditioning wise. And of course, the iconic one during World War II is over there in Germany, so it meant a ton to it. We only got a couple minutes here left. I'll ask you one more question, and then we'll go ahead and throw it to our first break here. Are you going to be super locked in watching, Nebraska gymnastics, like as you kind of go on through your adulthood? Are you guys still locked into it, like and enjoy watching it as just a fan now?
I've thought about this. Because I'm in Lincoln right now, I think I'm probably going to be at every meet. Just especially because I know the girls on the team still, like they were my teammates. So now being able to watch them compete this year is actually going to be nice because I'm not going to have the pressure on myself. Like I'm not going to have to worry about having to do it. So I can just sit back and just enjoy and watch them and be like a good support for them. So I know this year I'm definitely going to be able to. And I'm going to want to. I feel like I probably will forever. I'm going to want to like just keep up to date with it. But definitely these last few years when I still know a lot of the girls on the team because I was their teammate. So I could see the next few years, like I'll probably be more locked in than not. But I don't know. I haven't thought that much, but I would say definitely the next couple of years I will be for sure. And I'll be there this year. So.
And that'll be a lot nicer, not having to worry about the competing part. You might like itch forward a little bit there, but at least you won't have to deal with the anxiety before then. With that being said, we got to throw it to our first break here. We'll talk a little bit after college with Emma Spence here and what she's up to today. Don't go anywhere. Like I said, you guys can join in 402-464-5685, Facebook, YouTube, X, Al Channel 961 if you want to put a face to the voice. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back beyond the routine with Emma Spence.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies with a light breeze. It'll be hot with an afternoon high near 95. Tonight, partly cloudy skies with a light breeze and a low around 76. And tomorrow, we'll see lots of sunshine. It'll be breezy and hot with an afternoon high near 99. I'm meteorologist Kyle Lecter from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Mike's Roll-Offs has been a trusted and reliable company in Lincoln and the surrounding areas. Fast Mike's handles all sides of construction projects, home renovations, or big cleanouts. With the perfect size dumpster to fit your needs, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs will haul it all. With same-day delivery in Lincoln, affordable rates, and top-notch service, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs make cleanup quick and easy. Call now at 402-450-6828 or visit us online at fastmikesrolloff.com. Book your dumpster today. Fast Mike's Roll-Offs, cleanup made simple.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
If the power is out, keep your fridge and freezer closed. Perishable food lasts 4 hours in the fridge, and frozen food lasts up to 2 days if it stays below 40 degrees. See more tips at les.com/safety.
Nebraska football opens their season on Thursday, August 28th in Kansas City, and you can be a part of the best pregame tailgate party with Blur Events, live from Kauffman Stadium, home of the Royals. Doors open 4 hours before kickoff with a live DJ promoting interactive competitions and giveaways, tailgate games like cornhole, flip cup, and beer pong, access to ballpark concessions, and available air conditioning. Book your tickets today at blurevents.com/Kansas City and hang with 93.7 The Ticket on the scene prior to Nebraska versus Cincinnati on August 28th.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. This month kicks off Koppel's 50th anniversary sale. We're celebrating 50 years by offering an additional $500 discount to the next 100 customers that buy a new vehicle. This is in addition to the huge savings already in place. You can take an extra $500 off our discounted price, or we can cut you a check on the spot. Celebrate with savings and see why customers have trusted Koppel since 1975. It's our way of saying thank you for all these years.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
Back to Beyond the Routine with Spence on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Sponsored by the Teammates Mentoring Program.
All right, welcome back in Beyond the Routine with Emma Spence, Harrison Arns on the ones and twos, and of course the host of the show. As I said, Emma Spence joining us. You guys can always join in 402-464-5685, text in, or even call in if you choose to do so, and we'll bring you in on the Allo VIP line, Facebook, YouTube, X, Allo Channel 961, all great ways to put a face to the voice. I want to talk a little bit post-college. We talked about your major, communications.
Mm-hmm.
So now that you got it, you told me a little bit off air that you're getting ready for a job as well. What's the next chapters looking like for Emma Spence?
Yeah, so I have so many things that are kind of going on right now. I just started a job here in Lincoln about 2-3 weeks ago. The job title is a digital account executive for a digital marketing company. So I'm still trying to figure out and like understand fully what that is because I'm still in the training process. But it's basically like an outside sales rep for that digital marketing company, which has been pretty cool so far. Today was my first day making calls. Tomorrow I'm going out and prospecting in person. So it's definitely been something new because I mean, I've never done anything like that before. And I wouldn't call myself the most like techie person.
Mm-hmm.
So like figuring out all these softwares and stuff has been a lot as well, but it's been good. I've enjoyed it so far. It's been a little overwhelming, but I'm still learning.
Yeah, I mean, that's first days. I always tell everybody for if they got a new job, like first day sucks. It always does because you're just the new guy. You're trying to figure everything out. But once you get past the first day, it's always easier. It's like the first day is never going to be, a part. It's you processing a lot throughout the day. But if you just get over that fact, like, yeah, it is going to be a little bit harder for my first day than it usually turns out just fine. Wanted to ask you, are you an introvert, extroverted person? Where would you put you?
It really depends on the situation. Like on here, I mean, I don't have a hard time talking, I would say. Sometimes I do, but like on average, like I can talk like on the radio and I can talk in crowds. Like I've done a lot of presentations and like keynote speaking and stuff like that. But then when I'm in like a group of friends, I wouldn't say I'm the most talkative. So I feel like it really depends on the situation. But then if it's like my family, then I'll be super talkative. Yeah, it really just depends on the situation. So I feel like it might not be too bad, especially like if I don't know the person. Sometimes that makes it easier. I don't know though. It's a whole new thing for me. So
Well, when you got to
see.
make those cold calls, are you going to be?
Oh man, I was freaking out. Like you have no idea. I had to do that today. And the first time I was like, I kept about to press the button. I was like, no. And then I was about to do it again. I was like, no, I can't do it. And I just kept going back and forth for like 10 minutes until I finally did it. And then I was like shaking and like my trainer like came on to listen to one. She's like, just try to sound a little bit more confident. She's like, your voice is a little shaky. I'm like, yeah, I know. So hopefully that gets better. And
I
then
think it just takes time with anything. I think the first time I hopped on air, I'll never forget it. DP even gave me a lob, because he's like, I was new here. I haven't talked on air yet at all. And DP knew. He's like, well, he knows NBA. He likes NBA.
yeah.
And basically all he asked me is like, I think it was like Philadelphia 76ers and Celtics in the playoffs. And just who do you think wins the game? And my voice was trembling and I could barely get it out. I act like I don't watch any sports. I don't know how to talk.
Yeah.
And I would consider myself an extroverted person, but it's just that first time on the spot doing it. It's hard for it not to catch your vocal cords where you can almost kind of hear the trepidation. So I think with time, that stuff, you just got to do it more. Maybe a couple more awkward cold calls and the fourth one's great.
I think so. And I got hung up quite a bit. So hung up on. So I don't know. Maybe that impacted it. We'll see. I'll keep going, But yeah, I think also going in person is going to be better for me just because I'm better like with face-to-face interactions. Like even with like my phone, like I'd much rather FaceTime than like voice call and just like that interaction just so I can read the other person makes it a lot easier.
I'm with you on that. I FaceTime not so much, but I hate texting for that exact. And I'm sorry to, all the employees I work with. I know Jake Bachman probably gets sick of it. I call him like every Sunday after the shifts, but when you're doing like text messages, it's very hard to figure out the tone of voice. And like sometimes it'll be sarcasm and you won't even read it as sarcasm. So I am a big caller. FaceTime as well. I agree with you. Like I don't do it as much, but it helps to see like the actual face. Like you can read what they're thinking a lot of times. And if they're interested in what you're trying to sell them or offer them.
Yeah, it definitely makes it easier. So I'm hoping that'll go better for me. You can kind of choose, like whatever works for you. So I think that's probably going to work best for me, but we'll see how it goes tomorrow. If you're in a small local business, I might stop by tomorrow.
There you go. Just let them know that you're a 2-time Olympic team member.
Yeah.
Change the table a little bit. Like, okay, here we go. We're talking with Emma Spence, gymnast, Nebraska athlete, Canadian Olympic athlete. On top of that, a little more interested, see what she has to offer. With work coming around, like, it doesn't feel weird now that you're in this part of life where, you can have whatever side hobbies you want, but it's just work now. Like, that's what you're doing.
Yeah, it's
There's
weird.
nothing else.
I'm still figuring it out too. I think because it's like, I guess we're still in the summer. So I feel like it's going to really hit me when like school starts and it's just like, I don't have to go back to gym. Like,
Mhm.
this is my life. But actually, speaking of school, I'm actually starting my master's degree in the summer. Or
Oh, so
in
you're not
September.
just done. You're going for the Masters.
Yes, but I'm doing it online through a Canadian program. So I'll try and balance that on the side. I feel like that might be a little difficult, but I think I'll have so much more time on my hands anyways. So might as well.
Yeah, and you might go crazy if you don't like have anything with your free. Like, if it's just work, that's an adjustment itself. So like,
Mhm.
even for me, and I wasn't an athlete, I can't
Mhm.
imagine now. A lot of the athletes I talked to, I know Chance of Brewington talked about it a lot. Like, once football's done, and like you just spent all of your time and energy and effort on football, like you need, at the very least, if it's a master's degree, fantastic, but a hobby, like
Yes.
something to keep you preoccupied. School, work, you got any side hobbies that you're like, you know what, I got some more free time. Let me look into this.
I'm really okay. So I was always like, I liked cooking, but now I've done like a really good job at like actually like making full meals and like making them look nice and
Mhm.
like, making sure I get like, I don't know. Cause sometimes if I'm in a rush, I'll just eat like something small, but now I'm like making sure I'm getting all the food groups. And, so that's something that I've enjoyed doing, and like meal prepping and stuff like that. So probably stuff related to the kitchen. I started running like yesterday for the first time.
Okay,
So
how many miles are we talking?
no, like minutes.
Okay.
Like it was like a walk and I ran for like 2 minutes and then I would walk and then 2 minutes. Cause my ankle thing is still not
Oh, that's true.
100%. So I kind of did it more just to like test it. And then I was like, okay, like it doesn't hurt that bad. But then like my cardio sucks. Like I started working out. Like I worked out after season was done for like a couple weeks. And then after that, I didn't exercise for like 2 months.
Mhm.
So I just started exercising again on Monday. So
Yeah,
that,
it's
yeah.
crazy how fast you fall out of shape.
Yeah.
Considering you said you started gymnastics at 7.
Mhm.
You did it till 22,
Yep.
and you're probably working out that entire time.
Yes.
Outside of a few weeks here with injuries, and then 2 months off, and then you're out of shape.
Yeah, and I went to work out on Monday or Tuesday, and I did like 4 exercises, and I was so sore the next day. And it was like I've been trying to work out in the morning, and it was Wednesday morning, and there was a thunderstorm out, and I was like, I'm not doing it. I can't do it. And I went back to bed for like another hour and a half. So that's something that's different. Now that I'm not being like forced to work out, like
Yeah, the accountability.
I gotta figure that out still because I haven't been focusing on that. So yeah, I went on a walk and then I ran a little bit, probably like 5 minutes total, maybe 6 this morning.
That's more than me. So, I mean, especially with the ankle, you probably don't want to just go out there
Yeah.
and just tear it out. Like, let it. I guess I don't really know how with a chronic ankle injury like that. What do the doctors say about it? Like, just keep an
Well,
eye on it.
they said it would take probably about 8 months of no gymnastics
Okay.
for it to like fully heal, and it's been like 4, and like it still hurts to run, but it doesn't hurt as bad as it used to. So I'm like, eh. Um, but it's funny because when I was doing gym and stuff, it's like I'm never gonna run for fun, but it's like I just had so much like built up like energy that I'm like I'm just gonna go. But like I'm like this with all exercises I do. I don't do them for a long time. Like I will do like a hard workout like quick, but like
Mhm.
I will not like do like slow like casual things. So even when I'm running, I'm not gonna run for like 20 minutes, but I'll sprint for a couple minutes.
Is that what the gymnastics workouts were? Like,
Probably,
not as
yeah.
much endurance, like a lot of, because you guys have to be so explosive. You probably.
That's probably it. Yeah,
Mhm.
because the longest routine was like a minute and a half for like
Okay.
floor or beam. So I guess yeah, a minute and a half is probably the most that I could go hard for.
Is working out, you think it'd be a big part of your life going forward? Like, now that you're not a official athlete, but I mean, you're still an athlete, just not
Mhm.
competing with a team or whatever. Is that gonna be a big part? Like, no matter what I'm doing, like I want to make sure I'm finding time to stay in shape, work out, eat right.
Definitely, like, I wanna keep that healthy lifestyle, but I'm still, I guess, trying to figure out what that looks like for me, and, like, I guess it's kind of figuring out with that flexibility, like, I'm not being told how many reps I have to do of what I have to do and for how long or how many times a week, so I'm like yesterday, for example, I didn't work out and I didn't go for my little walk thing in the morning, but then at the end of the day, I went for, like, a walk/run, and then I did, like, an ab workout, like, just in the living room, so I'm like, I can kind of figure out what I want to do based on how I feel and like what I think will be best for me. So it's kind of just been figuring that out because I did lift the other day too. And like, I guess I can figure out what I want to do. So it's just interesting because I kind of can just tailor it to how I feel. And I'm not used to doing that. So I definitely want to stay active. And I'm kind of just figuring out what those options would be like.
Morning workouts or night workouts?
Usually I'm not a morning person. So I'm forcing myself to do it in the morning so that I can get up earlier because I don't need to sleep 10 hours every night, but like I enjoy to. I
Yeah.
enjoy it. So I got to get out doing that because I got too many things to worry about. So I'm waking up early, going to work out. So I at least get that done. And I'm like doing something that's going to like get me out of bed. And then I'm not going to just like crawl back to bed after that. So this week is the first week of me starting this new routine though. So far I've been getting up early, except for yesterday because of the thunderstorms. I convinced myself that was a good reason to go back to bed. So.
Yeah, it's the reasons to not do it are really strong in bed.
Oh yeah.
When they're the greatest. It's tough to do when you have to get in that new routine because I did. We have a Sunday show, Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping. I think it's just called Fitness Fanatics. The two gym owners, they do it with their producers. It's extreme body shaping. It's show up, get what you want out of it.
Yeah.
They're not going to get it. They're not going to yell at you, scream at you to get you a 6-pack by the time the 10-week challenge is over.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing for them was like, you got to be really committed to figuring out what those demons are going to be for you before you start.
Yeah.
Like, and for me, I knew it was like, okay, Mountain Dew. I really like Mountain Dew. I can't stop at a gas station because I know that's where my head's going to go. And same thing for sleep.
Yeah.
Not a morning person. I knew it was like, if I'm going to do this and like actually commit, I got to go to bed earlier. I got to really force myself to commit to it. So for you, what do you think the biggest challenges are and going to be to living the routine that you want to live in?
Yeah, I'm figuring this out right now, but I procrastinate a bunch. And I don't usually, like when I was a student, I wouldn't start my homework until like 9 p.m.
Did you have a pretty good GPA?
Yes.
On the way out the door?
Yes.
Do you mind me asking what it was?
4.0.
Okay.
But when I graduated, like my total was like not 395 or something. But
so that's tough because it's worked for you.
It works
up until this
That's
point.
what I'm saying. Like it works, and it's really unfortunate because like I'm always scrambling last minute. But like that's when I do my best work. Is like when I start at 9 and it's due at midnight. Like I will lock in and I will get it done. So that's something that I can't be doing all the time, and I want to get out of. So that's why. I mean, first I need to learn how to go to bed earlier. I'm trying. I have this like habit tracker in my phone, and like every time I go to bed before midnight, I get to check it off. So I did that for the first time in like so long, like on I think Tuesday. It's the first time I went to bed before midnight in like so long.
What were we getting to? And you don't have to give that answer if you don't want to.
Like how late?
If it wasn't midnight, yeah.
Well, it'll probably be around 12, like between 12 and 1.
Okay.
But like I usually start winding down around 12, which I mean, because I haven't had to get up early for months.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, okay, I feel like if I wake up early and then I work out, like then I'm not going to go back to bed, and I get the workout out of the way. Because at the end of the day, I feel like I'm more productive than in the morning. So if I have to do more work stuff like towards the end of the day, at least I won't have to worry about working out. So that's kind of my thought process with it so far. So yeah, I've been getting up at I get up at 6:30, but then I snooze for like 30 minutes. So my alarm goes off every 5 minutes for 30 minutes. Get out of bed at 7.
That's a tough habit to break.
I gotta stop doing that. Yeah, I do.
Especially if you have a girlfriend or boyfriend or husband or wife, like that becomes a problem if you're that person that has it going on every 5 minutes.
Yeah, for sure. So that's another thing I'm trying to work on. But yeah, work, and then I'll be working on my master's and probably more work stuff at night, and then try to start winding down around like 9:30-ish is what I've been doing, 9:30, 10. And last night I went to bed before midnight as well. So hopefully I can keep the streak going. But that's definitely something. I feel like if I can figure out going to bed on time and then waking up early, then I'll be able to like maximize the time during the day. So that's probably the biggest thing I'm going to be working on right now.
Absolutely. Fully adulting and that part
trying.
of the career. We'll talk more with Emma Spence. We got to throw it to break here. We got one more final segment on the other side. Like I said, Emma Spence, the host as always, Harrison Arns running the 1s and 2s. We'll talk to you guys on the other side.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce is complicated. It affects every part of your life, your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce and the unexpected directions that it can take, it's times like this that you need a partner you can count on.
If you're a man facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today to connect with a local divorce attorney who understands the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Text GO99 to 32 32 32. GO99 to 32 32 32. GO99 to 32 32 32. 1221 N Street, Lincoln. Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply STOP to opt out.
Saturday. Eagle Raceway is open for a full season of dirt track racing action every Saturday night. Don't miss the epic battles on the high banks of Eagle Raceway each Saturday between the Nebraska Septic Sprint Cars, Nebraska Lottery Modifieds, Avid Realty Sport Mods, Valentino's Hobby Stocks, and A1 Iron Stock Cars. Let's go racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. Check out the full schedule at eagleraceway.com.
Hi, I'm Eli Barnes, Assistant Vice President at Midwest Bank at the 70th and Pioneers and 27th and Jamie Lane locations. I love working with families and small businesses right here in Lincoln, Nebraska. Banking shouldn't be complicated, and that's why we make it personal. Whether it's opening your child's first account or securing a loan for your next big step, I'm here to help. Stop in today and say hello. I'd love to meet you. Your community, your bank. Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
Imagine starting your day with a computer glitch that leaves you feeling stuck, frustrated, and unable to get your work done. You have 1,000,001 things to get done today, and waiting for the tech issue to solve itself isn't one of them. It's time to let Hamilton handle the tech so you don't have to. We help businesses across the state spend more time on what they do best and less time frustrated with office technology. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we're focused on providing custom solutions that set you up for success now and in the future. Connect with us today at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
M Suits Clothiers, Lincoln's favorite men's store. Family owned and operated, located 1 block south of 56th and Pine Lake Road. Go bold this summer and fall with endless possibilities. Stop in now for the best selection on sweaters, outerwear, suits, sport coats, dress pants, and dress shirts. M Suits Clothiers, your menswear store.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. This month kicks off Koppel's 50th anniversary sale. We're celebrating 50 years by offering an additional $500 discount to the next 100 customers that buy a new vehicle. This is in addition to the huge savings already in place. You can take an extra $500 off our discounted price, or we can cut you a check on the spot. Celebrate with savings and see why customers have trusted Koppel since 1975. It's our way of saying thank you for all these years.
If the power is out, keep your fridge and freezer closed. Perishable food lasts 4 hours in the fridge, and frozen food lasts up to 2 days if it stays below 40 degrees. See more tips at les.com/safety.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop.
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Play ball! Ready for summer fun and ballpark vibes? Bring your pack to Haymarket Park for a thrilling season of Lincoln Salt Dogs baseball and unleash the fun. From May through August, the Lincoln Salt Dogs will be playing and the park will be popping with all the food, drinks, and fun you need for the perfect night out. Grab your friends, family, and coworkers and make plans now. Visit saltdogs.com to secure your tickets. Come on out to the park and unleash the fun.
93.7 The Ticket is your home for every Kansas City Royals baseball game. Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and the rest of the Royals attempt to make the postseason for the second season in a row. And you can hear all the action on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Your home for Kansas City Royals baseball.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Back to Beyond the Routine with Spence on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Sponsored by the Teammates Mentoring Program.
All right, welcome back in. Final segment here with Emma Spence, Beyond the Routine. 402-464-5685. You guys can text in any final thoughts. And then, of course, use the streams and download the Ticket app if you haven't already. We did get one, I believe, from Mississippi Mud Dog, again, talking about the alarm problem that we're having. Says, I have my alarm going off every 5 minutes for about half an hour in the morning, and I've been married for 7 years. It's all good. So apparently it might not be too big of a deal, but that is a widespread problem. The alarm's going off. I think I probably have, how many alarms do you have set? Do you just re-hit in the same one over and over, or do you have like 5 minutes, 5 minutes,
5 minutes apart? And then once that runs out, then I go to my timer and then I add more minutes, and then it's like the timer of minutes. Yeah, it's not great.
All right. Well, speaking of that, we're looking towards the future here. Goals for 25-26. What does Emma Spence want to achieve in that time span?
Yeah, I feel like I'm still in the process of just figuring out, I guess, who I am without the student athlete side of things. So I guess that would be like figuring out more hobbies. I feel like that'd be a good one. I started reading a little bit. Or like listening to audiobooks. I've never really done that before, but I've been doing that a little bit. So that's been good. I don't know. I feel like getting into some kind of like painting or drawing or something would be good, but I'm not good and I'm a perfectionist. So like as soon as it's not good, I just stop.
FaceTime Abby for advice, or would that be too competitive?
Probably too competitive. So that kind of stuff. Figuring out my sleep schedule. I feel like that would be great for me to do. So I'm going to be working on that. I'll keep you guys posted. Maybe only snoozing like 3 times. And then slowly go down from there. Watch, I'll do this tomorrow because I'll be like, now I said it to a bunch of people, so I have to do it. So hopefully that holds me accountable. But yeah, I feel like doing that. I guess another thing that I've touched on my last show that I did was figuring out eating without being like a high performance athlete has also been really interesting, just because I'm not like starving all the time because I'm not exercising like I used to. So making sure that I'm still eating 3 meals a day, even though I'm not like as hungry as I used to be. So even if that's not going to be like a full, making sure I get all the proteins and carbs and everything like I used to, like just making sure that I'm eating something for 3 meals a day, even though I'm not like hungry like I would have been. So that's been a little bit difficult, or just different, I guess, to figure out. And then, yeah, just figure out, okay, so I have so many things that I'm going to be doing, and I want to make sure that I'm able to still maintain like a good life balance of like spending time with friends and doing things that I'm enjoying. So making sure that, yeah, even though I'll be working, doing my school, doing like a bunch of little side quests, like I want to be making sure that I'm still like taking the time that I need for like self-care and spending time with my friends and doing whatever else I want to be doing. Cause yeah, I want to be able to take advantage of being here, being in Lincoln. And yeah, I guess spending time with my teammates, my old teammates, making sure that I'm still in touch with them because they mean a lot to me. And, supporting the Huskers. I'll be at the gymnastics meets for sure. I'll probably be at some football games and
volleyball.
Yeah, probably volleyball. Volleyball is just,
Let me ask
like
you about
it.
that. Bus Boom Kelly's taken over. John Cook is no longer the head coach. And I know we talked about in the first segment, volleyball, there's kind of a buzz for it in all the athletic programs. We all like rooting for supporting those guys. How excited are you for this era?
I'm really excited, and like I'm friends with some of the girls on the team, and they've said that like things have been going really well and that they really enjoy her. So I'm really excited to see what happens. I think it'll be good for them. I think, yeah, they're in a good place. They seem happy. They're excited. So I'm looking forward to it.
And then we'll just go through all the sports right now. It's probably, is it kind of nice to be in Lincoln? Because, knock on wood, but, you hope football takes that next step. Wrestling, we had 2 national champions last year, Antrell Taylor, Ridge Lovett, and then as well, the team placed second overall. They're just behind Penn State, really big. And then obviously you're hoping for women's gymnastics to take that next step. And then did the men's
team did pretty good.
last year, I want to say, right?
Right. They won Big Tens.
Okay, maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
I don't know if that was last year or the year before, but they had some people that won Big Tens and I believe in nationals as well, like individuals.
Okay, all that to say, is that going to be part of your hobbies in Lincoln? Just to be able to enjoy the Husker sports? Because what's it like, now that you're not an official Husker athlete anymore, do you kind of still feel that red tie to everything?
Definitely, and I don't think I'll be able to kind of like leave that.
Yeah.
Like that's gonna be a part of me forever. It's just gonna be interesting and like a different feeling being like a fan, I guess, rather than like I'm not a Husker athlete, I'm a Husker fan, which like I guess I've always been both, but like changing that side of like my identity is gonna be interesting. But I'm looking forward to it, and I will have more time to be able to attend some. Like I know even the men's team last year, I wasn't able to attend any home meets because we were always traveling during theirs. So it'll be nice to be able to go watch some of them because I'm also friends with some of the guys still from the team. So yeah, I think it'll be good to just be able to relax, sit back and enjoy and watch the athletes do their thing.
Well said. And before we get out of here, final question. Give me a piece of advice for all the freshmen hopping into Nebraska's gymnastics program right now.
Ooh. Don't be afraid to ask for help. I think that's the biggest thing. And I learned that maybe not the hard way, but I wish I knew that sooner. We have so many resources here as Husker athletes. So making sure that you're taking advantage of that. And if you need help with anything, everyone's willing to help, but someone will be able to help you with it. So don't take that burden on yourself. It's not always worth it. So yeah.
Absolutely. Utilize the university. I'm sure you missed training table. We didn't even talk about that, but lots of great things in there to make you the best athlete you possibly can be. But that being said, that's Emma Spence, the host of Beyond the Routine. I'm Harrison Arns. Don't go anywhere. Jeffrey Calhoun will join me next for another hour right here at 93.7 The Ticket.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get?